So, good evening, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Let me explain to you what is sustainable development. According to You Matter World, sustainable development is the idea that human societies must live and meet their needs without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. So, in other words, people should maintain and cross his needs in day-to-day basis. Specifically, sustainable development is a way of organizing society so that it can exist in the long term. This means taking into account both the imperative present and those to the future, such as preservation of environment and natural resources or social economic equity. So how did the idea of sustainable development get relevant? It says that industrial revolution is connected to the rise of idea of sustainable development. From the second half of 19th century, Western society started to discover that their economic and industrial activities had a significant impact on environment and social balance. Several ecological and social crises took place in the world and rose awareness that a more sustainable model was needed. Next slide. So what is the agenda of Sustainable Development Goals? The Global Agenda of Sustainable Development Goals provides social workers an opportunity to redefine their roles pertaining to people empowerment, socio-economic development, human rights, and the environment. The Global Agenda enhances these possibilities for social workers as the SDG goals and values have parallel relevance and application with social work practice. However, there are challenges too. As a social work practice addressing both human rights and environmental concern address structural issues viewed as politically sensitive and therefore might be confrontational in nature. Nonetheless, social workers must stand alongside their service users as a pattern in development and address issues of injustice and inequality courageously and uncompromisingly abiding by social work principles and values. Let's proceed to how social workers contribute to the UN Sustainable Development Goals. To ensure an effective use of instrument, the UN SDGs provide to social work and vice versa. It is important to clarify social work's very own definition of understanding of the term sustainability, development, and goals, particularly because social work is giving this mandate to itself. So to explain this, social workers must social workers understand sustainability as a pattern and policies that establish long-term idea for the well-being of entire ecosystem, including human and nature for the current and future generations. Sustainability includes ways we can reduce aspects of our ecological footprint or consumption patterns to decrease the harm and injustice from occurring in the first place. So what is an ecological footprint? So, an ecological footprint is an estimate of burden we place on our world as we consume energy, food, land, and water. So, let's proceed to what are the goals and sustainable development according to United Nations. So, there are 17. Number 1, no poverty. It means to end poverty in all its forms everywhere. Number 2, zero hunger. To end hunger, achieve food security and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. Number 3, good health and well-being. To ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. Number 4, quality education. To ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Number 5, gender equality. To achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Number 6, Clean water and sanitation, to ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. Number 7, affordable and clean energy, to ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. Number 8, decent work and economic growth, to promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. Number 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. This is to build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation. Number 10 is reduce inequalities. This is to reduce inequality within and among countries. Number 11, sustainable cities and communities, to make cities and human settlement inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Number 12, responsible consumption and production. This is to ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. Number 13, climate action, to take urgent action to combat climate change and its impact. Number 14, life below water, to conserve and sustainability use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. Number 15, life on land, to protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems, sustainably manage forest, combat desertification, and halt and reverse land degradation, and halt biodiversity loss. Number 16, peace, justice, and institutions. This is to promote peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development, provide access justice for all, and build effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels. And last is partnership for the goals. This is to strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development. To wrap this all, sustainable development is a pattern of resource that aims to meet human needs while preserving the environment, so that the needs can be met not only in the present but also for the future generations. In addition, development is a changing phenomenon with a change of human numbers. So, there is a constant change in the use of both renewable resources. Sustainable development depends on the scientific and efficient use of resources, natural and manufactured. Future is on the hands of people. More researchers are needed for finding policy and tools for sustainable development. So that's all, ma'am. Thank you.